Yes, guys, and welcome from me. This is Championship Manager 0102, the three-man game. Little quick update for you on where we're at, because, you know, I love this game. You know, we've spent so much time on this game, you know, in respect of over 10 years. We're not getting as many sessions in at all of late, and that's no one's fault. You know, it's life, you know. So, therefore, I'm almost sort of falling behind on the updates because we're not having to update much. But when I get a chance to, and I think it warrants one, you know, I want to fire one at you. So there we see, season 139, it's New Year. Okay, so we're looking good. Manchester City, we are looking really, really good. We've just gone past the halfway stage. We are 8 clear of Manchester United, who do have that game in hand. United are 3 clear of Southampton. They're both on level games, but there is a long way to go. This is a big year for me at Man City, because let me remind you that the record of successive top flight titles is 5. That is held by myself and Ian. So I'm looking to equal that with Manchester City if I can clinch it. And then, of course, if I clinch it, next season, I'll be looking to beat it. So, Ian equalled that feat right over there with Manchester United. He got 5 in a row. And I first had it back in the day with Tottenham. There you see. So, I'm going to be looking to try and exceed that. Who knows? So, in terms of my signings of late, I don't know what signings you may have seen, may have not seen. I'll go for the last couple. Ruben Bleder, whatever you want to call it. Now, me and Pep have been tracking him for a long time. Ian started tracking him. He's probably not going to make it, to be honest with you, but he is there. Brought a Nigerian forward. You may have seen him. I can't remember. But in terms of so far this season in the table, we've got a new fucking star, and yeah, the Colombian is still the king. Right, he's still the king, of course he is. 43 goals in 29 so far this season. But this man here, Vladimir Da Costa, he came from the Rezzies, and I placed him up front when I gave the Colombian a bit of a break. And I've since put Da Costa a little bit deeper, and he's done really, really well. Look at that, 8-4-7, 14 in 15. He's done really, really well. So well that the Neymar region, Basso over here, is having to play second fiddle. Jimenez, second fiddle. You know, it's always good when that happens, isn't it? And it's not being costly in terms of result wise. In terms of Lenore Sanchez, you know, the Colombians they fucking kill it, don't they? They really kill it. Although this cunt has recently fueled a move. I don't give a shit. You ain't going fuck it. I've still got you for 4 years, or 4.5 years. You will fucking get splinters on your fucking arse if you think I'm going to sell you, because I know if I was to put him out on the market, more Ian than Pep. Pep, he might not be quite as willing because of his age, but Ian's not stupid. Pep, you're stupid. Ian knows there's still a good 2.5 years, 3 years in this guy. And you know, I'm not to fucking let that go. I've won a title for a reason for the last 2-3 years, and he is one of those reasons. Pilkington, you know, I picked him up from Pep, and take nothing away. You know, he does do the assist. He gets the assists in for me. Very, very happy with him. And just a quick gander at defence. Goris, I mean, I was contemplating selling him last season. I opted not to. He'll probably go this season, to be honest with you. We've done a little bit of business in defence. We have, you know, that Nigerian. Now, 3 games, 8-0. You could argue, why do I buy a player that is 28 years of age? Well, that is my reason. The reason being, yeah, I recall his pre-gen. I recall a Nigerian right central defender, and he was very prolific, and I was quite confident that was him. And I remember him being at Leicester. I remember having him somewhere. And then I saw this guy at Brentford, and you can see, within 3 games, it caught my attention. I was looking at him then, and he wasn't really setting the world alight. He started the new season, started well, so yeah, I made my move. And finally, let's just have a look at my goalkeepers. We've got some really strong goalkeepers at the minute, because now why have I got Nicholson as number 1 and not Cornelius? There must be a reason I've not got Cornelius. Probably a red card. It is a red card. It is a red card. So let me just see, where did he get that red card then, I wonder? Let's just have a look. He got it on the 18th of... Where was that then? Where did he get the red card? Look at that. The one game I go on that I won, I got 2 red cards. I'm looking for something different though. Ah, he got it against Pep. Oh, of course he did. Yeah, you may recall that. He got it against Pep. Actually, yeah, of course, I remember that now, because you may recall that game as well. You may recall that game. And all 3 of those players that were red carded were suspended for my game against Pep. And of course, that is also the game that I've drawn as well. So, from my own point of view, we've had a really good first half season. But it is not over yet. It is certainly not over yet. In terms of the FA Cup, we're all there for the 3rd round. And that is very, very soon. That's coming up. Is that our next game? Yes, it is. Unless we've got games. I think we've just had our games, haven't we? Yeah, we just had games. Of course we have. Okay, so in terms of the League Cup, the AUC, it's always going to happen, isn't it? If we can avoid each other in the early rounds, that is what it's leading to. And there we are. Now, when that draw was made, there's no doubt Pep was fucking loving it. He was loving it. He got Division 1 Fulham. So, the holders on that is me, of course. So, who knows where that is going to go. The Champions League, now then, the Champions League, as expected, you know, we're all looking good. So, Wolves, of course, they outs Chelsea for 4th place last season. Southampton, they look good. Man City, well, we did get a draw against the Inter, to my disgust. But I can deal with that. And Man United, so we all look really promising. Let's take a look then at Man United's. So what Man United now? They drawn 2 and lost 1. Let's have a look at where they've drawn their games. And they've drawn 1. Sorry, what did I say? Drawn 2. Sorry, and lost 1. One of those draws was against me, of course. They met. Hang on a minute. Who am I on? Right. Okay. Let's go to Man United. Let's have a look where they got that other draw and that defeat. I vaguely remember the other defeat actually. So that was a draw, and I'd be fucking raging. And where was their defeat? There it was. Oh right, okay. Right, it was Wolves. So Wolves are a bogey team. You know, Wolves are going to be a team, and I think Ian will be fucking disgusted. He will be absolutely disgusted with that. So yeah, that's where he slipped up. Let's look at Pep now then. Same old story for Pep. He slipped up twice, 2 defeats, 2 draws. Let's have a look where they are. 2 defeats. So the first defeat was the first game of the season where he lost to Ian. Let's have a look where he's ever there, and he lost to me, of course. So there is 2 defeats. Let's have a look at his 2 draws. 1 at home to Chelsea. Chelsea, they're always going to be... I mean, look at that. I did say to Pep, you must have been raging at that, Pep. He goes, yeah, I was. I think the mouse took a fucking flying lesson. I mean, how fucking frustrated was he? And of all players, Osterberg, of course, that is the Zlatan regen that has given his life to Chelsea. And the last draw for Pep came right after away to Gillingham. He'll be gutted. He'll be fucking gutted. Pep's main striker, Memic, still continuing to set the world alight. Let's have a look at Pep's best player. It's Memic all over. Monnier, I'm sure there's a reason why he didn't play in the last game, but Monnier is quality. He really is absolutely quality. Rivero, look at that. For 26, 13 assists, and assists every other game. 32 years of age, I think you're massive. Pep's main 4 players and the defensive midfielder there, I mean, he hasn't played as many games. He don't look good though, does he? He don't look exactly brilliant. And the problem with Pep, I don't need to say this, do I? About Pep's not won it since 21-22. So this potentially is going to be 31 years since he last won the title. What more word can I use other than disgustingly disgraceful, Pep? Well, what can you say? Let's look at Ian's most on-form players. He's only had 3 games. This guy's obviously come in and done a job. Koemans, look at Koemans. That is fucking brilliant for a 32-year-old. Probably guessing that that's Van Nistelrooy, Lukaku or somebody. Cabrera, another striker, 858. Chow. Now Chow's an interesting one because he got Chow from Pep, didn't he? And Chow was an ex-player of mine when I first started out with Man City. Managed to get a good exchange deal with Pep in order to get a bit more quality in, hence the exchange. Ian doing a really good job there. Vasquez, midfielder, looking really 10 assists. I think when you can get into double figures so early in, halfway, you're onto a good player there. Barra, the Ribéry regen, another solid player. Frederic, did I sell him Frederic? No, maybe not. Maybe he beat me to him. I couldn't remember. The name rung a bell. Garcia Martin, again, another solid player. Dahl, left back, looks solid. Absolutely solid. I think with Ian's got a lot more players over that 800 mark that have had a good selection of games. No good looking at a player and saying, oh, he's got an average rating of 800 and he's had 1 game and it's not a true reflection. It really isn't. But Ian, credit where it's due to Ian. Let's have a look at like this, maybe to look at it to get a better perspective. Ian's biggest assist maker is a central midfielder, 817. So that is that. So that is where we are at then, guys, with the epic 3-man game. A season 139 comes to the business end. For me, let me just go back to me because I'm a bastard like that. That is the formation that I'm always using. I call it the kill machine. I probably only renamed it because it had been doing well for me. I'm not going to alter it. We did make an interesting sale actually. Let me remind myself. We sold. I told you about we were going to look at selling Goris in defence. We offloaded Dimas Santos because 5 games, 6-0, not good enough. And that is, that was the end of the road for him. We obviously also offloaded Dos Santos, a central defender. Trulli, we got rid of on a free transfer. Sampio, we offloaded. So, yeah, and you can tell that was the right thing to do. 6 games, 6-0 is disgusting. That's what happens when you have a few games, you get 6, 6, 7. You get 1 chance, you get a 5, you can fuck off. You're no good to me. But then I am quite brutal like that. Let me just check this guy here. Ronaldo regen. Let's just see how he's flaring up. We're all going to be keeping an eye on him. There's no doubt about that for his regen when the Ronaldo regen pops up again. And talking of the Ronaldo regen, let's have a quick look at the Messi regen that Pep still has. Still only 25. Obviously Pep, I'm looking at his contract. He's got a very good contract. I do feel though, Lima should come out and say, feels the club should be topping the table. Because Pep, you should be battling. I don't care. 31 years. Well, it will be 31 years. It's just not fucking good enough. Let's have a look now then. Now Pep is obviously back up to world class. We looked at this, didn't we? And the reason being, winning the Champions League last season is what's done it for him there. So, congratulations, Pep, on becoming world class again. And that's it for the 3-man, guys. That is it for the 3-man. If you've got anything you want to know about the 3-man, historical shit, anything, because it's such an aging game, if I can answer it for you. Alternatively, look on the forums. We've got a post going that stems back to when we first kicked off the thread, when the forums got revamped. There's a lot of intel on that if you want to go back on it. Until next time from me, guys, it's take it easy.